Good day there! Get ready to start a new fair Dinkum life. Explore an island inspired by the wild Australian outback, featuring tropical eucalyptus forests, scorching deserts and cool billabongs. Hello everybody, I am the Little Gamer and today I'm going to take you through a day in the life of Dinkum, giving you my thoughts, basic gameplay and some tips and tricks that I have found along the way. So let's sleep till tomorrow. So someone is visiting our island. So this is the main mechanic that we use in the game to get new NPCs. So we'll go and talk to them. This is Sheila. As you can see, they all talk slightly funny. This game is inspired very heavily from Animal Crossing. The majority of things you find, the mechanics are Animal Crossing. So Sheila buys food for an increased rate. Took box special. Currently paying top dink for beetroots. I don't have any beetroots, but to get them to stay, you need to chat with them and see if they have a job. She wants meat on a stick. I can do that. The request is then added to your journal here. And it's how each task increases a quarter heart, and then eventually once they're high enough they will move into the island with a island deed. So this is our town hall. This is Fletch, the one person who will take your money to help you build the island. So, as you can see, I have 3.5 hearts with Fletch. So you can apply for licenses, which is what these dinks are here, and they will help you do all the different tasks: logging, hunting, farming, handling, increasing your bag, building, crafting tables, licenses, vehicles, commerce. We already have mining, fishing, excavation, metal detecting, trapping, landscaping, brewing. There are plenty of things to do in this game. We can also talk about the town and see deeds. However, you can only have one deed at a time and you need to find money and donate it here. This is our current debt, and then you can build something else. So as you can see, I am on the fall. So you start this game in the summer. So I've played a good month. We have cabbages, we have corn, we have rice. And if you talk to all the villagers, they will give you tips and tricks. Now your first NPC you get after Fletch is John. John's Goods. And this is where you can buy all your tools. You need the necessary licenses. And I am 4.25 hearts. Now this is worth doing because they will give you odds and sods. So he gave me a recycling box, which everyone will put random stuff in, which is great. So everyone, I think, gives you them, and then they'll send you random gifts and things, and it's how you increase the decoration capabilities and all those kinds of things. We can also sell to John. I have nothing in my pockets. But you can sell and he will give you the amount and then you can cancel the sale. So you can try and test and see what's worth selling until you have the different books, until you've learned what should be sold, what's better sold when. For example, fishing is a great way to make money, but it is better to cook your fish on a campfire or barbecue over here, one of these, and this will increase the amount of money, and it is how I've made most of my money in the early days. So, but we have plenty of things. We have fruits that can be processed, meat, flowers that can be made into tea, mushrooms. We can make all kinds of food. We have meat on a stick. Let's go and give that to Sheila. This is my bug collection because we get competitions every month. So we have fishing in the summer, bug catching in the autumn, and all the special NPCs will buy things for a higher price. Generally it's double. There's a couple of NPCs that do more than that, but they are later game, I believe. So we want to chat and we want to give her our meat on a stick. You bloom in beauty. So the funny thing is they ask for food and they always tend to give you food back. So sometimes you will get items, sometimes you will get money. If they request things and they give you money, it will always be higher than what you can normally sell it for. Another main feature that is Animal Crossing inspired is our museum. So this is Theodore. Hello Theodore. We're not going to be doing all the talking. But we have our aquarium with all our different fish in here. And eventually you will get books which will show you prices and whether you've caught them or not, which is great. He will sell them for quite a lot. I already have mine, so we shan't be buying them. But it's a learning curve. This is Franklin. I actually have him here. He will give you crafting recipes and he will craft special things for you. Make me something, Franklin. So we can hit our weather station, which I have, repair station, the quarry, and then you can get all these things which are very, very expensive and that I have so far never bought. Jet skis, motorbikes, cars, compactors, jet saws, jackhammers and chainsaws. Mix them both up together. Which you need charging station for, so it is a bit more late game. Right, who else have we got? There's Rain. She's our farmer NPC, which she has been moved in over here. We have decorative trees. We have our bank, which I need to deposit some money in. Let's do that. You can deposit, you get interest on it every day, same as in real life. My little waterfall creation, wishing wells, which give you perks for your daily tasks. You can also find random events. So this is a thunder egg, which only happens in a thunderstorm and is random. You can break it, you can just leave it out like this, you can sell it to John. Same with the amber over here, which you find from digging. I quite like that there are random events, but it does mean it's one of those things where you don't actually know what's going on. You haven't got a clue. Like there's random NPCs that show up on certain days, and unless I've read the wiki, I don't know. But generally the game does a good job of telling you if you talk to the NPCs. They'll tell you what you can put in the different billy cans, or what you can, where you can find the different fish and the different bugs. What you can do with the cooking. Here's our chickens, or cooks. So it does a fairly good job. It just takes time to get all those things, which is good. If you don't have an NPC, however, this is all RNG. So sometimes it can be very tedious to get the person you want, especially if they don't have a request you can fulfill. That is one of my biggest bugbears with it, is that like Theodore often wants a watermelon popsicle, But I can't make watermelon popsicles because I have no idea why I can't make. I haven't grown them, and they're not in here. I'm presuming to make a popsicle I need something from the winter, but he's asking for it. So that is one of the things that annoys me. The requests are not always things you can physically get or physically have had time to get during the months you've played already. So, but other than that, that's my main bugbear, really. The tediousness sometimes of all the fishing to get all the money, but you can just skip the days, do all your tasks, skip the day, and you'll progress faster. You waste a bit of time, but that's fine. The other things you will find around the island are flowers that you can make into tea. These are all our fruit trees, which can be made into jams, which are the most lucrative of those. These are the cactus seeds, which I always find is you can only really grill them. They last a couple of minutes and boost your energy regen. And I like to carry those around because they're really easy to just get. Here's our quarry. Also on the island we do have crocs. There's a croc. They do normally live in billabongs, which is what this is, a bit of like a pond. There's the crocs, there's the bush devils, and those are the only aggressive ones. The other ones, all the other animals are generally only aggressive if you attack them, which is nice because you can go through most of the day or most of your exploring and not actually have to deal with anything that's trying to kill you, which is pretty good in my opinion. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, over here, these towers. These are fast travel towers, but you have to... See? Fast travel towers. I have nowhere to go, however, because this is the only one I have fixed. There are 4 on our map here. So this is where we start at the docks. Let's see. So we have our tower, a telly tower here. This X is another telly tower I have to fix. There will be one over here in the west, and there will be one in the north, and that will allow you to get to the different parts of the ocean you need much faster, and it allows you to get home faster is what I tend to use it for. There's also things like pearls that you've got to find, and there is really a lot to do in this game. The other main feature, of course, that many people will see is this. This is our mine shaft. I'm not going down to the mine shaft, but there are levels to the mine. We have the deep mine, we have the undergrove, and we have hot. And never mind. It's the place where you get the most ores and things like that. So far I've only needed to go down once. So single player, you're gonna have enough resources to do quite a lot. However, in multiplayer you do need to go down more often. I have played multiplayer, thankfully, so I can say that with some assurance. We haven't got nearly as much of this built in multiplayer, and we're nearly on the winter, so you need a lot more. You can gather a lot more, but you need a lot more gathered, essentially. So overall, I do really like this game. If you love decorating, I have seen some amazing videos of people's decorating capabilities, and generally, like this is a pearl path. I have never seen a pearl path in my life, and this is from a getcha machine that you can put money in and get random things, and it looks amazing, but it's got to be so expensive to make naturally. So you can get items or you can get recipes, and you'll get them from loads of different things. So this is our bulletin board where you'll get more requests. These will always pay more. Again, all requests pay more than selling the items individually. So if you can make them, do it. It's always going to be worth the money. We have our bug competition here. We have our birthdays, which if you give them presents, increases their hearts. If you give them presents, it will increase their hearts by half a heart instead of 1/4, which is what our requests do. And essentially, this is a great game for people like me who like to squirrel. So I'll go, ooh, I want to catch that bug. Ooh, I want to jump a tree. Ooh, there's some bush limes. Ooh, there's a... That's what I mean by squirreling. And it's a great game for that. And you'll collect tons of stuff. And it's just a great game overall. I love it. I do love this game. I have played it since early access, and there's been loads of quality of life updates since then. And tons of stuff added to the late game. So this video should be releasing on the day of the 1.0 update. And there's going to be more things added, and it's going to be great. So we also have our levels. So we're just going to go quick through. So we have our milestones, which give us our points that we need. You have your tasks, of course, your Wikipedia, Dinkopedia, people. So you can see how many there are going to be new ones in the 1.0. You have my details. Everything is levels, which I love. I love levels. In fact, because it gives me goals. Go to resident for 9 days and 2 months. My licenses, you can double check. Everything, you can take photos, and then you can check all your animals. There are quite a few that you can get, and I'll let everybody else, let you explore them yourself. So this is the first time I've done a review video, so please can you give me feedback? Whether you like the fact that it's a day in the life, take you round the town, show you all the basics, give you my thoughts and tips and tricks as I go. It would be great for some feedback on that. But I will be doing more of these on hopefully different games, any games I get that I don't play on the channel. So I do Let's Plays on the channel, so if those interest you, things like Coral Island, Stardew Valley, my time at Sandrock, Fields of Mistra, that kind of thing, please consider checking out the channel and subscribing, leaving a comment, like the video if you liked it. I'd be very, very grateful. And thank you everyone who got to the end of the video. Thank you very, very much. I hope you all have a good day, and hopefully I will see you all in another video. Bye bye.